You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing, daily, hopefully. Hello, today is Monday the 25th of November, 2024. If I was doing NaNoWriMo, it would be NaNoWriMo Day 25, but I'm not really this year. And you are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. And I'm actually feeling quite good today. So I've had a few days off the podcast, as you will have noticed if you do subscribe to it and listen to it. But I've had a productive day today. So I've been meaning to do a bit of work for a few days. I did need a break from it, but I finally decided today was the day that I would get on with my screen edit of chapter 37. There's a couple of reasons I wanted to do this. Firstly, there's no way I'm obviously going to finish the first draft of this because I still have 2 chapters and the epilogue to write. But I decided, if I don't finish it by the end of this month, it's no big deal as long as I'm making progress towards it. So I did that. And but I was online for about 2.25 hours, and a couple of nice things happened. So there's somebody who I don't know personally, but I know through interactions in the stream a long time ago. Their Twitch handle is monad_danom, and just received a message on Discord saying that they'd noticed I hadn't streamed for a while, and so I thought, well, it'd be nice to catch up with that person, see what they're up to now, because we used to interact quite a lot on my Twitch live streams. And so Monad did actually appear and have a chat, and it really seems like their life has massively changed. It's really interesting. Because they used to be very politically active and go to protests a lot. And he actually said on the thing, I'm fed up of being arrested, so he's now moved to Wales and is doing stuff with allotments and stuff, and trying to encourage people to grow their own food, which is something I, given the nature of the book I'm writing, which is about the end of the world and sustainability, it's something I've given a lot of thought to, about a possible future for myself. But we shall see. So I did a 2-hour and a bit live stream. I only got 7 pages of the 22 signed off of chapter 37, but it doesn't matter, because it's progress. It's something I've actively done towards getting it done. And I'm going to try and... I don't go back to work for another... I think I've got another 8 full days after today before I go back to work. I'm certainly going to try and do some kind of stream every working day this week. So today, Monday to Friday, I'm going to try and do something. I definitely am going to get that chapter signed off this month and... this week, and hopefully start on on the next one, chapter 38, which I'm still humming and hawing about whether the chapter of death is going to be chapter 38 or 39. But now, as I've decided the last moments in that is going to be the death of one of my main characters, it makes sense that it goes at the end after chapter 38, because otherwise, it wouldn't work. It would have to be the beginning of the chapter. It would have to, it just wouldn't work. So I think I'm going to do the final chapter, the final main dramatic chapter is chapter 38, the chapter of death, where we find out the fate of a lot of the ancillary characters in chapter 39, which will then lead rather nicely into the epilogue, which I already know exactly what's going to happen in. It's probably going to be the easiest bit to write. If I was the kind of person that felt comfortable writing things out of sequence, I could actually write that now. The reason I'm not is because I still have a couple of chapters to write. Something could change between now and then, which makes something wrong with what I've done with the epilogue. But anyway. So yes, the other thing I've done a bit of today is, excuse me, my friend T.G. Campbell, who writes the Bow Street Society books, ages ago gave me book 7. She also gave me till the beginning of January to read it and give her feedback, and I've done absolutely nothing. And well, I've read one, like the prologue, before today. So I've read the prologue again because it was like 3 weeks ago. I've read the prologue again and the first 3 chapters today, and I'm going to do a little more on that today, which is nice. So that's where I am. I'm feeling a little bit better in myself. Things are a bit less weird in my head. I'm exercising. In the last few days, I've got out and exercised and just done things to stop me sitting at home mentally dwelling over everything that's happened in the last year or so, which I think was part of the reason why I was feeling so panicky and weird, because it has been a tough year. Really has been a really tough year. And what I need to do is just move forward rather than dwelling on the past. And I think the last few days I've managed to do that a little bit better than I had done the time up to that. So I took a month off thinking, I need to not think about work, and I need to do this, and need to do that. And what I have discovered since taking that time off is that actually work is a very good distraction from all the mind talk my brain is giving me about things that have happened. And perhaps it wasn't the best idea for me to basically take that time off with my mental health being where it was. Suck it up. I made that mistake. I'm back to work in 8 days, and I'm actually looking forward to it. So that's good. I'm not working because of the way things pan out. I'm not working a huge amount of January, so I'm going to now put a few things in place to ensure that I don't end up going down the same mentally dark path in January. So I'm going to organise far more things to do, but generally feel a little bit better. And yeah, so that's me done talking today. Thank you for listening. We may yet make 200 podcasts by the end of the year if I don't take too many more days off. But if I do... Oh, and the other thing, I'll quickly say before I go, is I was talking about submitting the English Hikikomori, which I did a little while back. I did it on this podcast. And I've submitted it to six potential, not publishers, agents. I had 5 rejections and no feedback, and the time has passed beyond. Basically, their website says if you haven't heard anything within this amount of time, then you consider it a no. So it's 5 no's, and length of time has passed to indicate that it's a definite no as well. So the other thing I've committed to is before Friday, I'm going to try and resubmit the English Hikikomori to at least one more agent, and eventually get it submitted to 3, and then get back into the habit I was doing at the beginning, which is basically submitting it immediately to the next one when I get a rejection through, which is something I should have done, and I've got out of the habit of doing. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Thank you for listening. Take care. I should be back tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Wright, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.